Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Arsenal have sent scouts multiple times to watch one of the most deadly strikers in the whole of Europe. This is a striker who scored more goals than Haaland this season and has the same amount of goals as Harry Kane. And it's said that Arsenal are now leading the race to sign 25-year-old Viktor Gyokeres. Yes, the same Viktor Gyokeres that we was talking about on this channel just a few days ago. It's now being confirmed that Arsenal are heavily interested in signing this player in the summer. So we're going to get into that. We've also got another striker to talk about that Arsenal are massively interested in. And it'd be interesting to gauge your guys' opinions to see who you would go for. Would you go for Viktor Gyokeres or would you go for this second striker we're going to talk about? But before we get into it, just do me the favour of giving me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy this kind of content. So the first player we're going to talk about is 25-year-old Swedish striker Viktor Gyokeres. And not only is he tearing it up this season, this is a player who's been consistently improving year upon year. And we're going to go through some of his stats, and they are impressive. Some of the amount of goals this guy is capable of scoring is frightening. This is a goal scorer. Could this be the final piece of the puzzle that Arsenal have been searching for? If you're asking me my opinion, I think this guy or the next guy we're going to talk about both could slot into this Arsenal team. And they do have the ability to score 25 goals plus for Arsenal. And I do think that's what Arsenal are going to do in this transfer window. I do think we're going to be slightly more creative and not go for who people would automatically assume of, like an Osimhen or a Vlahovic. I do think the kind of player like Gyokeres or the next guy we're going to talk about will be the kind of player that Arsenal will go for. So let's look at the past 3 seasons for Viktor Gyokeres and see what he's been up to. So 3 seasons ago, 18 goals, 5 assists, and that's in the Championship. We've seen Championship players who are capable of scoring in the Championship come up to the Premier League and same, they score so many goals. Ivan Toney's a perfect example. He ripped it up in the Championship, come through to the Premier League and ripped it up. So the next season, he played in the Championship again. Did he improve? Yes, he did. 22 goals and 12 assists. So not only is this a player who's improved on his goal scoring ability, he's also improved his ability to be able to bring his other teammates into the game as well. 12 assists, very good. And that's when he got his big move to Portugal. Now, usually there's a settling in period when you're going to a new league, but this player has absolutely teared it up this season. Like I said, he scored more goals than Haaland. 31 goals and 11 assists, and the season is still far from being over. This is a player that you look at them kind of goals, Championship, and in the Portuguese league, and you think this guy's over the past 3 seasons scored nearly 70 goals. You know, it's going to cost a lot of money, but to be fair, the price that this guy's going to cost is actually very good value. You know, he has a buyout clause of about £85 million, 100 million euros. And in today's market, that's not too bad. So there's no dealing with the Portuguese clubs. We know they're notoriously hard to deal with, but you don't have to go there with offers because you just buy him straight out of his contract. 100 million euros to get a player who for the past 3 seasons, you know, he's nearly scored 20 in the first season, then over 20, and in this season over 30. This is a player who's improving. This is a player who, when he does go to a team with better players, in my opinion, will score more goals as well. Let me know your thoughts on Viktor Gyokeres. Is this a player that you think Arsenal should be going for? And the second player we're going to be talking about is one that I see in my chat section all the time. So I know a lot of you guys probably know more about this player than I do. But that is Benjamin Sesko. Very good player. In terms of age profile, this player is even better than Gyokeres. This is a 20-year-old Slovenian striker. And again, his stats are so impressive. So he's a youth player. So in his final youth season over in Bundesliga 2, he scored 20 goals in his final season. You know, but that is, you know, as a youth player. So then he stepped up to the senior ranks in the Bundesliga. In his first season, he scored a respectable 11 goals and 7 assists. For a first season as a young player, 18, going up to the Bundesliga and scoring 11 goals, 7 assists, for me, that's a very good return. But what do you do this season after? That's what would interest me. And if you're looking at this, 18 goals and 4 assists. So again, a player who's improving year upon year. And then so far this season, 11 goals, 1 assist, and he's actually even scored 2 goals in the Champions League. that's why I'm so impressed with this guy, because, like I said, 20 goals, 11 goals, 18 goals, 11 goals so far this season, and this is still only a 20-year-old striker. Again, in terms of fee, I can't find what I would determine to be an accurate figure, so I'm not even going to talk about a fee. On Transfer Market, it says 30 million euros, but this player is going to be worth a hell of a lot more than that. Don't know. You could probably expect to pay similar amounts of money for both of these two players, and that leaves you with a question. Do you go for the younger profile of player in Benjamin Sesko, or do you go for what I would say is the more refined striker, the more ready-to-go striker now, Viktor Gyokeres, 25 years old, scary amount of goals. If you're asking for my opinion, I probably go for Gyokeres. I like players that are proven in the Championship. I like players that then are moved abroad and they can still carry that goal tally with them. Not only carry it with them, but improve it to a level. Like I said, that's one of the most deadly so far in Europe this season. That impresses me. So if I was being asked right now, who do I go for? In my opinion, it's Viktor Gyokeres. But like I said, I want to know everyone else's opinion. Do you go for Gyokeres? Do you go for Benjamin Sesko? Or do you have a player in mind that you would like me to talk about in a future video? Let me know in the comments section. So the next section we're going to talk about is the title race. I thought, watching a couple of the games over this weekend, that Arsenal were going to be in a better position come this game Monday, but it didn't work out like that. I thought at least in one of these games, Arsenal could have maybe had a favour from either Nottingham Forest or Man United. And we so nearly did. You know, the Man United game, Man City game, I've watched it about an hour or two ago. And Man United started the game, got an early goal, and I thought, no way. You know, because it does seem to me this season that City have not been at their brilliant best. I think there has been a drop-off from last season. And I think if there's ever going to be a year where someone can again beat Man City to the title, I think this is the year. I do think this is the year. I think Arsenal have a massive chance this season. You know, you're looking at Haaland and he's missing some crazy chances. Yes, he scored a lot of goals last week against Luton, but in so many games this season, Haaland's missed chances that I usually wouldn't associate with Haaland missing. You know, that shot that he missed, that he blasted over the bar, it was harder to miss that shot. Haaland is notorious for being a bagsman. Any single chance, Haaland takes it, and that was confirmed when he finally got the goal to make it 3-1. That was a brilliant finish, left foot curled it around the keeper. But to be missing the chances he did in that game, I just think there's something slightly off with Haaland. Now, inevitably, he will go on and win the Golden Boot anyway, because he's playing in a team with Kevin De Bruyne, so he's going to get plenty of service, plenty of chances. And when he does miss chances, he's never too far away from the next chance. And that's why Haaland will keep scoring goals at Man City. But in my opinion, Foden is their best player this season. He's popped up in so many games this season, and he's been crucial to the way that Man City have been able to grind out results this season. If they have been able to grind out results, in my opinion, Phil Foden has been a massive factor in that. And he is having his best season in a Man City shirt. But even I'm looking at Rodri. He made so many stray passes in that game today that I'm thinking, listen, Arsenal have a massive chance here. These Man City players are not at the level that they was last season or the season before. There's definitely been a drop-off, and I do think this is Arsenal's best chance to win the league in a long, long time. But then we're going to move on to the Liverpool game, and again, Liverpool, they have got so many injuries, so I guess you have to judge them with that in mind. But, you know, winning it in the 99th minute with a Darwin Núñez goal against Nottingham Forest, yes, you can look at it in the aspect of this is a result that champions would grind out, a 1-0 win. But I'm looking at their performances as well. And although in some games they have scored a lot of goals, in some of their games as well, they've looked a bit sloppy to me. They haven't had that cutting edge that I would usually associate with a Jurgen Klopp team. But now it's up to Arsenal to do their job tomorrow. We've got Sheffield United. We do have the easiest game of the match week in terms of who Man City played and who Liverpool played. Listen, it's never going to be easy. Now the pressure kind of is on Arsenal a little bit. So will that make the players react differently? I don't know. I hope not. Listen, Arsenal are more than capable of going to Sheffield United and getting a result. Like I said, I don't care even if we do have to grind out a result. I don't think we will, but the 3 points tomorrow is essential. Because just look at the games that we got coming up next week. Arsenal have obviously got Brentford, but Man City or Liverpool will drop points next week. Undoubtedly, it will happen. They're playing each other. So if they draw, they drop points. If Man City win, Liverpool drop points. If Liverpool win, Man City drop points. This is a perfect scenario for Arsenal. That's why I'm looking at this Sheffield United game now and feeling slightly more nervous because I know what's at stake. I know now Arsenal are capable of going on to win the league. Something's not right in terms of how Liverpool and Man City are playing this season. Let me know if it's just me that has noticed it, or do you guys notice that Man City aren't quite at it? And Liverpool, I don't think they have the squad to mount a real title push. Like I said, let me know if you agree, because I would love to hear people's opinions on this. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Like I said, please do me the favour of just giving me a thumbs up. It helps the channel massively. And subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.